Welcome in, everyone. I'm Squishable Moon, further known as Squishy Moon. I'm your shooting star alien VTuber with a ranch addiction and fewer brain cells than your common garden snail. Today we're going to be going over some really serious topics that involve pedophilia, grooming, misgendering, dead naming, manipulation, guilt tripping, and victim blaming. If you are not in a good space right now, please pause the video and come back at a different time. Seth Michael Chaser, also known as MommaBeeVR, has been accused of grooming 2 minors, with one alleged case. I will be going over the confirmed cases that have proof, and I will update you if any other proof is available later on. Before we get into the serious topic that this video will be covering, I am going to go over a mistake that I made in the past because I feel it is only fair that I do so. In 2019, I was a very problematic and somewhat toxic person. I made a character named Uwu-chan. They were a meme joke character that looked well over age, but was made to be around 13 to 14 years old. Later on, I changed their age from 13 to 18 and drew not safe for work art of them immediately after. I also made comics based on bewares and the fuck-ups of the furry community, often changing the story to be more dramatic. It was the wrong way to handle the situation, and I regret it immensely. I am sorry to all those that I have hurt with the comics and characters I have made in the past. I have made great efforts to change my behavior and like to think that I am a lot more positive and caring now. I don't expect you guys to believe just my word, obviously. I do hope that you will stick around to watch my content to see for yourself if I have changed. With that being said, let's get into the full video. Says Michael Chaser, also known as MommaBeeVR, has been caught grooming 2 minors. Seth was born November 20th, 1995, making them 28 today. That is just for reference for later in the video. We are going to start with the Philly Funhouse page. Seth ran a page called Philly's Funhouse and also went by the name Philly Fuller. If you don't know, Philly is the term for a baby pony or baby horse. This page was your typical hentai and or porn page. However, they included characters of feral animals and children, also known as lolicon. The character that Seth used at the time, named Philly Fuller, was created by one of the victims, unfortunately. In 2015, Seth would ask out a 16-year-old named Jay. At the time, Jay was in another highly predatory relationship. Seth, knowing this, used their vulnerability and lack of maturity to coerce them into another predatory relationship. In 2015, Seth would have been 20 years old, while Jay was only 16 at the time. Seth would actively sext with Jay, sending them not safe for work images of her body. This fact was also later out how they found out they were cheating, thanks to a friend named Zed. Jay has mentioned multiple times about being a minor. Seth knowing full well Jay's age and even engaging with Jay's other high school friends. Please note that Jay goes by they them pronouns and not she her. These pronouns are outdated terms in some of the screenshots, and they do not wish to be referred to as she her anymore, so please make sure to use they them. Seth was fully aware of Jay's age, even sending Jay flowers, plushies, and gifts on their 17th birthday, along with not safe for work art of their characters who were minors at the time. During their relationship, Jay also designed their now dear OC named Fawn. Seth got countless pieces of art together with Fawn and Jay's character Fid, most of them being in a very romantic way. or even not safe for work. A side note, Sess has never credited Jay for the design of Fawn, and you can see the original post on Jay's DeviantArt. The 4th of April, 2018, Jay, Sess, and their now partner Sky had a mutual friend named Zen. They were all on a Discord call hanging out when Sky made a joke about Sess's genitals. Zen then replied describing Sess's genitals in great detail. Jay, of course, confused, questioned how anyone would know such a thing, and Sess left the call. Jay would confront Sess about the allegations of their cheating, and found out that it was indeed true. One of the people that she had been sexting was Blue, who was also a minor at the time. After the cheating allegations about Sess came out, Sess begged Jay to take them back, saying they would do anything to get back with them. Reminder that Jay was still a minor at this point. Jay told Sess that in order to get back together, they would have to make a Facebook post apologizing for what they did. Sess did, in fact, make a Facebook post apologizing for the mistakes they made. Thankfully, Jay and Sess did not get back together. Another note, Sess is well aware of Jay's pronouns and name, and decided to not use them, to dead name them and misgender them. After this, Sess disappeared from Facebook. Once Blue, also known as Havoc, found out about the cheating, they confided in Jay and told them everything Sess had done towards them, and showed them screenshots provided in the Beware later of the sexting and porn sending they have done. Blue was only 16 at the time, and both Sess and Jay knew this. They were both friends with Blue, and they knew that Blue was younger than Jay. For days on end, after the cheating had come out and Blue had talked to Jay, Sess had continuously tried to guilt trip Jay into getting back with her. She tried to make Jay feel bad about mentioning how she was suicidal, how her mother was addicted to drugs, and how she was so willing to do whatever it takes to get them back. Unfortunately, a lot of the texts from Sess's Facebook account have been removed or lost due to time, but we can see part of the conversation. Since leaving Facebook, Sess has gained a pretty large following on Twitter and have orbiters that are defending her and victim blaming Jay and Blue, as well as claiming they lied about their age. The next victim, which is Blue Havoc, was 15, nearing 16 at the time of knowing Sess. Sess would often solicit nudes from Blue, along with sending them copious amounts of not safe work, all while being very aware of their age. Sess would go into graphic detail about the things she wanted to do to Blue, as well as telling them to keep the relationship on the DL or down low, so it could remain their naughty little secret. Other context shows that Sess talking about Blue's schooling and keeping quiet so their parents wouldn't hear. Sess was 23 to 24 at this time. Reminder, Blue was born in April 2nd, 2001. We do also have some artwork from Blue made for Sess featuring their dear Sona as proof that they are the same person. We do also have proof that Sess was following Blue's old DeviantArt account as further evidence that these are the same people. And we also have a screenshot of their Twitter of posting the same character. Now on to how me and my ex got together. Me and my ex had a lot of mutuals on Facebook, and at the time, me and Jay were not on the best terms. But I think this was when we weren't blocking each other. I had, of course, seen the infamous post I believe that Jay made saying that their ex had done some pretty sketchy things. Since the post did not have all of the proof, I did not believe them, and ended up becoming friends and later on dating Sess. Sess was very charismatic and funny, and they invited me to join their friend group with their friends Zen, Doggo, and other people. This was my only friend group at the time, and I thoroughly believed that Sess was innocent. Me and my ex broke up quite fast. We only dated for a couple of months. They broke up with me because they wanted to have an open relationship, and while I was fine being in a poly relationship, I was not okay with being in an open one. So we broke up. Since my ex Sess was one of the only friends I had at the time. I kept them on my friends list. Eventually, someone did send me screenshots of all of the grooming that Sess had done to the victims. But if it wasn't bad enough, Sess did confirm to me that they did, in fact, do the things that they were accused of in DM. Unfortunately, this proof was lost to time as my account was deactivated shortly after. I have not talked to Sess since then, and I never plan on talking to them. During our relationship, they made it seem like Jay was the abusive person in the relationship, that they just wanted drama, that everything they were saying was a lie, and they were doing all of this for clout. Sess spent their story in a way that made Jay the bad person and not her. And my heart goes out to the victims, not only for the horrible things they had to go through, but for the fact that me and a lot of people at the time did not believe you. You did not deserve what happened to you. And I regret not helping you at the time. And I hope that by making this video, I can help you at least now. Sess is very good at fooling others, making it seem like the victims are the ones in the wrong when they aren't. I had spent so long defending Sess when I was dating them and friends with them that I was in such hard denial. Going back and taking a large look at my ex's past had me on the verge of throwing up. I felt so disgusted that a grown adult would do this to children. Not just one, but allegedly 3 people. 3 children. No child should have to be put through that. And I'm sorry you guys had to go through that pain. Thinking about the pain you guys had to go through, getting groomed by someone you thought you could trust has kept me up at night. And I really hope that in the future, this never happens to you again. If you or someone you know is being groomed or abused by someone they love and trust, please speak up because you are not alone. With that being said, I am Squishable Moon. Thanks for watching my video, and I hope all your dreams come true. Bye bye.